Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep this one really short, hopefully under 7 minutes long. This is IPX on the US listing, closing at $39.88. We divide this by 10 because there's 10 shares per US ADR. Then we multiply that by 1.4, which is the USD to AUD conversion. We end up with about $5.60 for the Australian listing. That is the price. And the US does dominate in terms of volume and liquidity, so I would put that above the ASX. It kind of moves ahead of us and we sort of follow. So we talked about yesterday how we got out because of this suspicious volume and I did not want to take the swing. Here's the daily chart. You're thinking, wow, well, don't you want to buy at support here at 585? Nah, not after that fucking price action. No. Watching intraday, not a chance. And that's what we talked about, and we thankfully did not hold it, otherwise we would have got stung a good 6%. Now, funnily enough, I still watch this stock. Every day it's yielded a fantastic trade. And I can't explain this, but here's the 560, which is the US listing price. This thing tanks, what, 5.5%, 6%? Yeah, 6%. And I bought it the second I saw green volume. So I thought, well, every day it's been reverting back to the US listing price, which is 560 in this case today. So bought it and just took it all the way back to 560, 559. It's been doing this. You can see every day it's been doing this. Pump, and just reverting back to where it should be. And it's been doing this for quite a few days now, every day. And, you know, making 5% on this is really good. So I'll be watching this again tomorrow, especially if the US moves quite a bit. We have Vulcan. I told you guys, Vulcan, this was going to be the best risk management you'll ever see. And you can see the outcome of that. This fucking thing puked at nearly 9% on the back of yesterday's move. So it was clear as day that this was going to puke. We had our opportunity based on the lithium ETF that we saw in real time. We closed it just a tick or two below VWAP. And look at the outcome. You know, the market gave us so much time to react to the ETF, to the real-time lithium pricing. It even bounced for us to give us a fucking fantastic opportunity to exit. And then that was it. It's like, well, okay, the ETF's down 3%. We're down 1.5%. So 3%. And then it's at support. And then it cracks support. And then pukes it. It's just sensational. Like getting really, really good outcomes of these attempted swing trades. Look, when the swing trade doesn't work in our favor, we cut it. If the momentum's not being followed, we cut it. Okay, we pay brokerage, but at least we're not paying fucking 8%, 8.5% on top of the other 3% or so. So, you know, if we didn't have our risk management, we'd be down 11%. We're getting murdered. So risk management is everything in this channel, guys. I may as well rename this to just risk management. That is the name of this channel. Managing risk or losing professionally. I don't know. Take your pick. We have... Now, funnily enough, it's funny I talk about... Is it OPT? Yeah, it is OPT. So it's funny that I talk about risk management and then I basically almost throw it out the window for this one particular trade that happens once a year, maybe once every year and a half. And this is the 90%, 95% sell down. So this one, unfortunately, we took a hit on it. We took a hit. We closed out, as I mentioned, some at 1.8, a good chunk at 1.8 yesterday, and then the rest today, very shortly after open. Because if anything, if there was ever going to be a move, it was going to be on match or a couple of minutes after match. Liquidity didn't come, hit out, take the 1.5L. You can see the volumes here, guys, just garbage. Nothing happened. I mean, there was a good 17, 18 minutes to decide, hey, I'm getting the fuck out of this thing. Because if there's no price action to the upside in the morning, you know what's happening. Yeah, it sells down. So it could have been a lot worse if we held. Not to say there wasn't risk management here. I mean, 20% down would have been brutal, an extra 20%. So I don't want to say that there was no risk management here, but it's just really unfortunate because we took a bigger L than I would have liked. But that's because this wasn't A+ setup, and I just wasn't familiar with day 2 on this particular one. So we did hold a little bit of a parcel overnight, which, you know, it ended up costing us an extra tick, and I think that's okay. There's a lesson learned from this one, so I'm quite happy with the outcome. Well, I'm quite happy we exited. Let me rephrase that. DXN. This one, I did say yesterday that we should have 3 days, or another 2 days of price action in the specky market. Nothing else happened in the spec market. DXN gapped down and rallied 40% from bottom to top. This was not what I was expecting. I was expecting, because there was nothing else in the specky world, I was expecting a move maybe to 20, something like that. A nice big, mind you, I wasn't expecting an 11-cent a gap down to 11. Like, what the fuck? 25% gap down. I was not expecting that either. But what we did end up doing is putting this tweet out and saying how strong this setup is. It's, you know, it's up 550%, and it's just chilling, 550%. And it is doing the pump consolidate setup, or VCP if you will, just up and chilling. Beautiful little flag, if you will. It's a VCP or PCP setup. And yeah, I guess people are a little bit hesitant to take it further. I think we'll see what the match happens tomorrow, but you know, I am expecting upward move on this. The question is how much, and that totally depends on liquidity and volumes. Like, I don't know how much volume will come into this thing. You know, it's already traded 100 mil shares, 30 mil today. So the lack of selling and holding this high is beautiful. It sucks that it did try and attempt to break 15 and fail, but that's okay, I think. It's, if we have a look at different time frames, just out of curiosity, I haven't really looked. Just looks beautiful. Pump, and it just holds. Now, if we break, I think, to 11, I think I might call it quits. You know, if it flash dips down, okay, here's the play. Very, very specific. On open, let's say it gaps down to 12 or 11.5. I will be buying at 11 if that happens near match or at match. And then cutting it at 10, I think. I think breaking this point, especially on high volumes, I'm out of there. That's it. That's me done. And I'm holding at 12.5 and 13 for this one. So it, you know, it did pump up a little bit. But we didn't take any profit on the way up, and then it dipped down. We didn't cut any. We just held all the way through, expecting a move today. Good volumes kind of into the afternoon, lifting it from 11.5, so quite positive. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. At the moment, the market cap's 40 mil? Yeah, 40 mil. I don't think 75 is too far away. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm predicting it gets there. But what I will say is I don't think, based on the news, I don't think 70 to 75 mil is impossible. So this comes back down to risk management. All I care about is managing the risk, right? Managing this breakdown. If it happens, that's what I want to manage. That's the most important thing, is this breakdown and how to play that. It's going to be an add-on and then a cut if it happens. If this gaps up and rallies and breaks, great, fantastic. I'll sit on my hands and watch it go, look for signs of reversals. I'm not going to go, I'm not going to sit here today and tell you guys, I think it's going to go to 18, 19, 20. That's fucking retard talk. That is retard talk. If anyone does that, they're a fucking idiot. The only thing that's real that you can manage today, if you have a position, or the only thing you can do is manage the risk that you currently have. Or if you intend on playing this stock tomorrow, having a plan for risk management. How are you going to enter? Under what circumstances? Where are you going to cut it? Because that is way more important than where the profit taking is. I talk about this ad nauseum, but I really, really want to get that message across. I think it's the most important thing. I think that's it for today. OTP, DXN, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys next week. I will be off tomorrow, so have a good one. When I say off, I mean I'll be heading off after 5 o'clock. I won't have time to make videos, so peace out, boys and girls.